Hi, I'm Brighton from Subscriber Nation, and this is just part of a series of videos on choosing a camera for your YouTube channel. This is about using a DSLR, but I've got other videos on using an iPhone or using a webcam. Those are all linked up at the end of this video. Those are great places to start. But once you're ready for a DSLR, I just want to go over, some of the settings and different ways to make it look beautiful. So first, what is a DSLR? It's like this. This is actually an SLR, but a DSLR is a digital single lens reflex. And what it's doing is, unlike a point and shoot or something where you're looking out through a viewfinder and then the lens is separate, that's kind of older technology. This, when you look through the viewfinder, you're looking out the lens, and there's a little mirror inside. You can see the mirror here. The mirror pops out of the way when you take the picture, or you shoot video. Most of the new DSLRs do shoot video, and they're gorgeous. You can see really in the background here, background's blurred out, but I'm in focus. That's something you can only get on a DSLR. You just can't get that with your webcam. Also, there's a lot of flexibility with how far you want to zoom in or zoom out. But mirrorless cameras are very similar to DSLRs. They're a lot smaller, actually. They still have the detachable lens. They just don't have the mirror because it's kind of based on some older technology, but they still have the really big sensor. The sensor inside your iPhone or inside your webcam or even a point and shoot camera is just, it's like the size of a pencil eraser. And the sensors inside these are probably more the size of a stamp. They come in many different sizes, but they're big, and that's what allows you to get this beautiful depth of field. It doesn't matter how many megapixels there are, things like that. It's the physical size of the sensor that matters. Now, the other thing that matters about DSLRs is how adjustable they are. Don't buy a DSLR and then put it on automatic. You're going to want to do the manual focus. You're going to want to do the manual ISO, the manual aperture, the manual shutter speed. There are many things to set, and it's also kind of why I suggest people start with something like their iPhone, because you can get beautiful video, but not have to go through all those settings. It's not difficult to get this, but you do have to do it right. And I want to show you what it looks like if you just leave it on automatic. So this is what happens when you let your camera shoot on automatic, or you just set your settings differently. You can see now we're really wide, everything's in focus, a little bit distracting in the background. Just wanted to kind of show you how that could happen, but in another video, I'll show you how to make sure it doesn't happen. So the audio in DSLRs usually isn't very good. So most people who are using a DSLR are using some other type of audio device. Like here I've got my H4n recording this right now. I'm using the same audio for all these different videos, so there's no difference in the audio. When you have your footage, when you're complete with your footage, it usually comes out on an SD card or a CF card or something like that, and you've got to import that into your computer. Just drag and drop, put those files on your computer. Some software like Adobe Premiere will be able to put them right into your timeline and be able to edit there. Others like Final Cut Pro, there's more of a process, a little more complicated to get these type of files into your computer than they are, say, your iPhone or just something shot on your webcam. So once they're in your computer, you can edit them a lot, edit them a little, add special effects, do whatever you want, and then take that file that you have out of your software and upload it to YouTube. So like I said, this is part of a series on different choices for cameras that you can use for your YouTube channel. Of course, like I said, this is the DSLR. This is what I use most of the time. There are other cameras that are really amazing for different situations and really much easier to start with. And that's what I encourage you to do, to just start. But on the screen, you'll also see some of those links to the other videos and to the beginning of this series where we show really quickly the difference between them, one right after another. So click on those videos or click the subscribe button. I'd love to see you again on my channel, Subscriber Nation. I do interviews with successful YouTube creators. I've got quick tips and I've got tutorials. I hope to see you soon.